The Pyrenees are wild and rugged, full of life and change like a moving picture as you cross them, so that one moment you're in green pastures and the next you're staring up at a soaring 500-metre limestone wall, listening to the rockfall batter the scree slopes below. A place where chamois and runners live under the watchful eyes of the bearded vultures and eagles above, as a constant reminder to the circle of life, but also to the joy of feeling alive and taking every single moment, every single step and every single breath as one to be savoured. This is the story of a self-supported record attempt on the Haute Route Pyrenees, covering 749 kilometres and 40,000 metres of ascent from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea, carrying everything I need in my bag and resupplying in the few villages on the way, aiming to beat the previous record of just under 14 days. I'm off. Day one, coming up to 50 kilometres. So happy to be back in the Pyrenees. I've kind of been forced into a pretty long day today. Tuesday night and Wednesday night are really bad weather. I kind of need to be in a hut, and on the first part there's not really that many. So what I thought was a hut actually turned out to be a really old hill fort. So the tarp's out and the thunder's coming. Just what you need after 83 kilometres. I got lucky with the weather early on, but the autumnal temperatures were no match for my lightweight running kit and sleeping bag. The nights were cold, but the days still long, and the weather seemed to be breaking behind me, chasing me into the Pyrenees. I knew that I couldn't avoid it forever, but in that moment I was happy to be there and running from dawn till dusk. It was early days, and there's no point worrying about what you can't control. bad weather gets very oppressive very quickly. The mist forces you into your own head, alone with your thoughts. Cold and anxiety creep in. Had I bitten off more than I could chew? The rocks and grass are slippery and shoot off into the mists below. Why hadn't I brought warmer clothes? What if it was going to be like this for the next 10 days?
God, what an adventure. Things got pretty wild for a few hours back there. Just non-stop heavy rain over one of the more technical parts. But sorted myself out in Refugio Raspamuso with a coffee and a Coke and a hot trot again. Today, basically just trying to get as close to Gavarnie as possible so that I give myself a chance to make Parzan before Sunday, because I need to resupply there for the next 200 kilometers. So it's pretty important that I make it on time, otherwise I'm wonder if I just crossed paths with two bears. So I was coming over the last kind of high col before descending to Vignamala North Face. It was kind of going round this glacial cirque on really big scree, and I came round a corner and suddenly something in front of me went down the scree like a ton of bricks. And it wasn't like scree running scree, it was like big rocks. I could just see sort of something going down this big black shape. And then a little bit further along, there was another one that did the same, launched down the scree. And it was sort of half light approaching dawn, I couldn't really see clearly. But then the second one sort of ran across below me to join the first one that had gone down. And yeah, I don't know, it's a mystery.
Down the machines don't have the answers. Oh, I've been looking for those bad boys since day one. One blade of grass in a field of dancers. Oh, I've searched for every reason and found
Epic!
So take me on an adventure, let it be a golden one. I don't know much about the weather, so meet me in the morning sun. Moments will come, but not in patterns. Oh, I've written it all down and not looked once. Close your eyes and it might not happen. Oh, the mountains will be standing when we're done. So take me on an adventure, let it be a golden one. I don't know much about the weather, so meet me in the morning sun.
Pretty sure that crow's taunting me. It looks like I'm gonna make it to Parzan tonight. Pretty knackered, but hopefully I can get some food somewhere. Otherwise it'd be a bit of a disaster. But just over this last hill here, and then I think it's about 8 kilometers downhill, so fingers crossed. I was wrong, it's 11 and a half.
Take me on an adventure, let it be a golden one. I don't know much about the weather, so meet me in the morning sun.
Pretty strong lightning storm coming in. Really hoping I can find somewhere to shelter. I don't think I can go over the coal like this. Late start today, 10 o'clock. Did a bit of a resupply there in Parzan because there's no shops now for about 200 kilometers until Pas de la Casa. This is home for the night. Here's the stuff that I got in my resupply. So Oreos for breakfast. I've got oats with chocolate powder. Sandwiches for lunch, variety of snacks, mainly couscous for dinner. Bit of chocolate, good selection of crisps. Oh, that was definitely well up there. It's one of the most harrowing mornings of my life. I think I did 4 kilometers in 3 hours. I literally crawled off the mountain. I just made it up to the col. There's like verglass on everything. It's really not what I was expecting at all. Yeah, just gonna have to take it really slow. I'm doing about 1 kilometer an hour. Yeah, pretty sketchy up here. There was so much black ice just on everything. There's boulder fields, down climbs. That was horrific. But the sun's out now, so hopefully I shouldn't have the same on the other side. Here's hoping. I'm not sure I can deal with that again. Took to Molieras, 3,010 metres, the highest point on the Haute Route. It's looking amazing. The uphills are a real slog today, feeling yesterday's exertions, but through Aguastortas in about 5 hours, so into Vaidaran now. I'm just going to see where I get to today and hopefully the weather doesn't turn too bad. Winter's not coming. It's arrived early. What a lovely run down to Saint-Azan. It's nice to be finally back on some kind of runnable terrain. But yeah, I accidentally drank some dead horse water back up there. I found a dead horse just up from the stream. So fingers went down the throat pretty quickly, and I'm just really hoping nothing bad comes of it. Just been this all day, running over soaking wet boulder fields. Finally a sunny day after 2 days of rain and bad weather, but still a bit icy and snowy on the tops here. But just traversing over now into Andorra. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Sun's out, blue skies, ready to hit it. So it's been about 4 days since Parzan, my last resupply, and I basically run out of food. Kind of down to my last half sandwich and packet of biscuits. But yeah, I need to get to Pasta La Casa tonight. Pretty important, otherwise my plan will be stumped. Done about 50 odd K today. God knows how many thousand meters. Went from the valley to 2,600 twice. Down to my last 2 Oreos now. So racing to try and hit a shot. Got my shopping in time. Just coming up under Peak Carlit, now 2,921 meters. His legs are still trudging upwards. Must be coming on for 40,000 meters of ascent now, maybe 550 kilometers in total. But my legs feeling pretty good. I've actually been amazed at the recovery day to day, and I attribute a large part of that to having a vegan diet, which has obviously made logistics and taking on enough calories a bit more difficult, but the benefits are just amazing, and not to mention the good environmental impacts of eating a more plant-based diet. It's such a privilege that we can come into these places in the mountains and spend time in places like this. But who knows what it's going to be like in 50, 100 years time. And I think that's something that really needs protecting. Also, the only suffering that really should be going on is people climbing up mountains. So you can see I started over there in Pas de la Casa today, then went over to Calit, and then down through Bolgar into La Cerdanya, around here along the road, and then now I'm going up there. I just can't believe that I'm back after so many days. It's going to be a pretty special moment to get up on the ridge there, to be back in such familiar territory. But I guess this sort of represents the final push. Now we're about 130 kilometers, I think, 140 kilometers from the end. But bearing in mind that I've already done 60k today, I'm gonna need to sleep at some point. I think I'm gonna try and get a little nap in a refugio if I can, or just on the trail, and then get back on it. Let's see if we can get this finished. Canigou was a real sting in the tail, really long, difficult climb, but now it's just all on track. It's all gently downhill, so hopefully going to make up a little time here and make it down to the town to get a few bits and bobs to eat. That's the plan anyway. So I did 70 kilometers to Amelie and had a bit of food and stuff. I've just decided to go for it. So it's 62 kilometers till the coast. So hopefully the next time I see the sun, it'll be coming up over the Mediterranean. Had a pretty annoying moment with some really aggressive dogs back there. Ended up having to backtrack uphill loads because these dogs were unchained around these houses. It was pretty annoying. Then got down into Libertas and had a 15-minute power nap at the side of the road, which worked wonders actually. It's really good. But yeah, now it's about 105 kilometers in and 25-30 to go, and that's it. I'll be there. So just one foot in front of the other. Patience. Had a bit of a nightmare last night. Got to the top of the final range of hills. It was blowing really strong wind and really loads of mist. So in the end I couldn't find the path down from this col. So I ended up just having to put up my tarp and wait until daybreak. So I lost maybe 45 minutes, an hour, which was pretty annoying. happening. I can't believe it's actually happening. Still can't see it.